People often ask what the smartest dinosaur was, and this is a very good question that people frequently ponder. Most people would think that something like a Tyrannosaurus rex would be the answer, and the T-Rex was pretty intelligent for a dinosaur, but not the smartest. The true answer is much more complicated and has a story that spans a century of a debate over a single tooth that could prove that the smartest dinosaur never existed. In 1855, near the Judith River, a single tooth was found in a rock formation of the same name. A year later, an American paleontologist named Joseph Leidy described the creature to which the tooth belonged to as Troodon formosus. Troodon meaning wounding tooth, in reference to the serrations on the Hall-type specimen. Hall-type specimen being the first fossil found to describe the species. The Troodon was first described as a prehistoric lizard, but later on, when more dinosaurs were being found, they called it a megalosaurid. It stayed like this until 1924, when after the serrations on Troodon's teeth seemed to be similar to herbivores, the Troodon was proposed to be synonymous with the pachycephalosaurid Stegosaurus, and that Stegosaurus was its junior synonym. Pachycephalosauridae was then renamed the Troodontidae for over 20 years, after which Charles Mortram Sternberg, a paleontologist who has described several famous dinosaurs, moved the Troodon to the theropoda clade. The Troodontidae was then renamed the Pachycephalosauridae, and the actual Troodontidae was brought into the theropoda. The Troodon lived during the late Cretaceous and was omnivorous, but mostly carnivorous, predating on small mammals. The Troodon lived on the Judith River Formation of Montana, but possible specimens have been found in the Dinosaur Park Formation of Alberta, though those have been later assigned to a different species, Stenonychosaurus. The Stenonychosaurus was a troodontid that has been found in both the Dinosaur Park and the two medicine formations of Alberta and Montana. This means that the Stenonychosaurus lived on the edge of the prehistoric continent Laramidia, which contained the western United States and Canada, as well as all of Mexico. And this bordered an ancient ocean, the Western Interior Seaway. The Stenonychosaurus's name means narrow-clawed lizard, in reference to its abnormally large second claw on its foot. This creature was found in rocks from 76 million years ago, and were the first non-teeth troodontid fossils. At first they believed this to be the Troodon, but it was later described by Charles Mortram Sternberg as the Stenonychus inequalis. I meant Stenonychosaurus inequalis, from the Dinosaur Park specimen, which included tail vertebra as well as foot and hand bones. After the distinction was made between the Troodon and the Stenonychosaurus, they put them both into the Troodontidae group. Decades later, the idea reappeared of Stenonychosaurus being synonymous with Troodon, but is now generally believed to be a valid genus. This is just one example of the Troodon being used as a wastebasket taxon since it was discovered. Another example comes from Alaska. The Prince Creek Formation in North Alaska spans the middle Maastrichtian and contains famous dinosaurs such as the Nanuqsaurus and Montosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus. Several teeth were found from this formation and were assigned to the Troodon. They are now not under any specific genus, as there is too little fossil material to describe them. The creature to which these teeth belong to is now referred to as the Alaskan Troodontid. The Alaskan Troodontid probably would have had a similar diet of small mammals, although it's possible it had a more expansive diet because it was significantly larger than most Troodontids. However, a size estimate is not yet conclusive because of lack of fossil material. The Alaskan Troodontid could have had feathers with more insulating properties because of its environment. Even though the entirety of the Mesozoic was a warmer climate, with lots of the world being subtropical and tropical environments, the polar regions, especially in Antarctica, would have had a frigid environment during the winter. Lots of times in the fossil record, it's hard to find out the level of intelligence an animal would have possessed, but we generally use brain-to-body ratios for this because it seems to be a correlation between how smart an animal is and the size of its brain compared to its body. Because of this, we have discovered Facts such as how the dodo bird is smarter than most people think and really isn't deserving of its nickname. This is the main reason why the Troodon is most likely the smartest dinosaur. There are several depictions of Paleomedia media of the Troodon having an intelligence on par with some of the smartest birds today, and this very well could be true. As more troodontid fossils were discovered, the Troodon came together piece by piece with each fossil, though none of which were its own. And by the 2000s, the depiction of the Troodon was a small, feathered theropod, but this depiction came not from the Troodon's fossils, but from other troodontids. The singular tooth of the Troodon was not substantial proof of its existence, and the Troodon is now considered a nomen dubium, or a doubtful name. This raises the question, once again, what is the smartest dinosaur? If the Troodon is invalid, what was the true smartest dinosaur? The fact is, we can't pick out a singular species to be the smartest dinosaur, but we can say the whole group of Troodontidae were the smartest. You could pick out any specific troodontid and would probably have the same amount of evidence to back it up. So, the answer to what's the smartest dinosaur is a very complicated answer. So if anyone asks you this, you might want to ask them to sit down for a while.